Madam Mayor, ladies and gentlemen, young people, welcome to Ripon Cathedral for something rather different. The story of Christmas with carols sounds all right so far, but as never presented in this church in its 1300 years of history. In fact, this wonderful presentation, and one could almost say meditation, on the Christmas story has been justly described as a world premiere. We are fortunate to be here. It goes without saying that we are grateful to everyone who has made this evening possible. I'll say a little more about some of those later. But I would like to say a sincere thank you to all our sponsors and supporters, clearly acknowledged in the programme, and I don't want to mention some without mentioning others, so please do take note of those from the programme. I do want to say thank you to EIG, though, for bringing all of the archdeacons of the Diocese of Leeds under the roof here at the cathedral at the same time. It's a miracle beyond telling. Very good to have our archdeacons with us. Without the generosity of the sponsors and without the support of you, the audience, this event simply would not be. Thank you. And thank you on behalf of the Ripon Cathedral Music Trust, a charity that exists to support the music of this ancient cathedral, the charity that will receive the proceeds from this evening. Before the performance can begin, I need to tell you that we are not planning on sounding the fire alarm. So if it should go off, we all need to leave the building through the west door and gather across the road on the green. I also need to assure you, on a more hopeful note, that there will be an interval and that mulled wine, mince pies and ice cream for the gentlemen will be served in the south transept. So are you sitting comfortably? I do hope you enjoy the evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us this evening. Tonight, we're going to take you on a journey. Music, acting, and dance to help us discover the real people in the Christmas story. There will be hymns and carols for you to sing, but please do remain seated unless the programme tells you otherwise. But first, what is Christmas? And what does it mean to us all? Is it a time for the coming together of families? Is it the giving and receiving of presents and eating and drinking rich food and wine? There are Christmas trees, carols and cards, advent calendars, mince pies and cake, and somewhere in there is a story of a newborn baby whose birth marked the beginning of Christianity. 2017 years ago, in the town of Nazareth in Galilee, there was a young girl called Mary. She was from a hard-working and modest family. Mary was betrothed to Joseph, an able carpenter, and it was considered to be a good match. Joseph was from the house of David and a descendant of King David.
Greetings. Peace be with you.
And with you too, Joseph.
Here, let me help you.
Thank you, Joseph. That is kind of you.
It's too heavy a weight for such a lovely girl like yourself. Will you join me for a walk later?
My cousin and I would be delighted.
But all that was to change. Great challenges lay ahead for them both. Mary was visited by the angel Gabriel, who told her that she had found favor with God and would conceive a child who would be the Messiah, Lord of all. What Mary learnt that night had implications far beyond her comprehension. Little was she to know how this event was to change the world.
The Lord is with me. I'm truly blessed among women. What wondrous news! I can scarcely believe it. Can it be really true? Am I still mother and father? But what if they don't believe me? Maybe I should wait. It could have been just a dream. But it was so real. What about Joseph? What will he say? What will he think of me? What is to become of me? Who will believe me?
Mary's anxiety was great, and alas, most of her fears were realized.
Please, Joseph, you must believe me. It's true.
How can this be? Do you think me a fool? I have declared my love for you, and we are betrothed, and this is how you treat me? I will not publicly humiliate you, Mary, but you cannot expect me to stand by your side when you have brought shame to both of our families. How can this be? Dear Lord, what am I to do? I have no choice but to break away. But it must be done quietly to avoid bringing disgrace to both of our families.
One night, Joseph was visited by the angel Gabriel in a dream.
wake up!
What are you doing here? What has happened?
Something incredible. It's true. It's true. Oh, it's true. Oh, dear Lord, may God bless you. How could I have doubted you? Please forgive me. An angel came to me too. It was incredible.
The prophets have foretold of a child being born of a virgin to be referred to as Emmanuel, which means God is with us. Mary went to visit her cousin Elizabeth, who lived in a Judean town in the hill country. Elizabeth was much older than Mary and had longed for a child, but had been denied one for so many years.
Hello? Cousin? Mary? Mary, is that truly you? Oh, what joy! Mary, I can feel my baby leaping for joy. Look, feel. Zachariah and I are so blessed to have finally conceived a baby. We are overjoyed. Dear Cousin Mary, I know you will understand when I tell you the story. Zachariah saw an angel, the angel Gabriel, whilst offering incense to the Lord in the inner sanctuary. He told Zachariah that I was to conceive a baby. He could scarcely believe what was being said, and it was because he dared to question the angel that he has been struck dumb.
Oh, Zachariah, that is terrible.
We hope that after the baby is born, that he will be able to speak again, for that is what the angel told him. He also said that it's to be a boy, and we are to call him John. It took Zachariah weeks to build up the courage, to write it all down, to tell me. But when we realized that I was with child, well, glory be to God.
I do believe you, cousin. Truly, I do. I have some great and strange news, too.
Elizabeth's child was to be John the Baptist. a decree was sent out by the Roman Emperor Augustus requiring all the people in the Roman Empire to be registered at their place of birth. Joseph and Mary, who was now heavily with child, had to travel from Nazareth to Bethlehem. 69 miles in difficult terrain, sleeping rough, hot during the day and very cold at night, in an arid landscape. The journey would have taken at least 10 days and must have been very uncomfortable for Mary in such trying conditions.
Oh, Joseph, I can't believe how beautiful that star is.
Yes, it has been a good companion. He has lit our way for many nights throughout this long journey.
I'm sure it gets brighter each night.
Are you okay? Are you in pain?
No, just the baby kicking. He's restless.
We can stop if we need to.
No, I can manage.
You see over there? It's the lights of Bethlehem. It's not far from now. Tonight, we will eat and sleep well.
I'm so tired and weary of this journey. Always having to be on guard. I thought we will be attacked and robbed. Thank goodness there are other travelers and there has been safety in numbers.
Once Mary and Joseph entered Bethlehem, Joseph went to his family's house.
Joseph! really be you? Come in. You must be exhausted.
This is Mary, my wife.
No, Joseph. What is she doing here? She cannot come in. You, of course, are very welcome. But we will not receive her. She brings shame on us. No one will let her in. What was you thinking? We all know about her.
I cannot abandon her. Please, you must help us. Her baby's birth is tonight. She will need help.
No, Joseph. The family will not receive her. She must be a child before your marriage.
What is it, Joseph?
We cannot stay here. We must search elsewhere.
Bethlehem was full of people returning to register. And Mary and Joseph could find nowhere to stay. Mary was exhausted, and finally, they came to an inn.
Can you please help us? Do you have any rooms?
Sorry, no, we are full. I have never known Bethlehem be so busy.
Joseph,
Please, you must help us. I think it's near her time.
The only thing I can offer you is the stable. You'll find straw bedding and fresh water. My wife will bring you blankets. If you need help, send for my wife. She knows what to do. It's the best I can do.
Thank you for taking pity on us.
Now just imagine how terrified Mary must have been. She was away from her family. She had no one to assist her and had little idea of what she was about to go through. She was exhausted, probably very dirty from the dusty roads.